Yo, forgot the mic. What's up, y'all? All right, so game plan today is the sports book dropped a contest for UFC 324. Had to make sure the audio is working. I'm going to go have a first look at that contest. It's a predictions contest. It's going to be stuff like who wins, what fight goes the longest, how does so and so finish a fight, or how does a fight in particular end, stuff like that. So we're going to go have a look at it and try to figure out if we can make good predictions here and make a little bit of that bonus money, y'all. Surprisingly, of all the contests that I've made money on for this sports book, not a single one of them has been a UFC contest, not even one. Close this. What's going on here? I have no idea what part of your name to pronounce, but what's up, man? Welcome in. All right, so the tube has stricken me down before for showing the sports book. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to pull the sports book up, but I've got us a notepad. We're going to first go look at the props challenge is what it's called. $10,000 UFC 324 props challenge. We're going to go look at what the predictions we have to make here are and see if we can come up with some creative ways of getting the right answer. All right, starting off. Let's see how much of this I can just copy and paste. Boom. Easy. Which main card fight will end the fastest? These are current pick percentages off of the book. Is there an easy way to... Can I just make this like super bold? Give me something. Google, baby. Dude, I'm so excited about the UFC being back. I've been watching KSW and shit. Stuff that's not even worth me betting on. I've been watching all sorts of fights though. Watched KSW, some LFA, some one championship. There've still been good fights, fortunately. Okay. Notepad. Sorry guys, sidetrack real quick. Plus. Quick, bold, or grow text. There's some good fights on this card too. I really am, as much as I, excuse me, got the hiccups. Something. As much as I shit on the women's divisions, I really was looking forward to Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison. Use markdown syntax? No. Damn. Okay. That's too much work for right now. We're not doing that. Just use your imagination. Let's zoom out a little bit. Hopefully y'all can still read that. Okay, so main card fight will end the fastest. That's number one. So I wonder how much of my fight goes the distance models are done. Nothing. None of those. Because what do I need? I need fight goes the distance for... How are y'all falling off the damn page? What's going on here? I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. There we go. Good enough. I don't have enough of the fight. I'm looking at my viewer over here, and I don't have anything. I mean, the obvious pick is Derek Lewis, Waldo Cortez Acosta. Yeah, thanks. I just saw that too. Okay. This is the obvious pick. Oh, what are you doing? I'm trying to use like coding shortcuts here, and Notepad++ is not helping. Man, it would be nuts if it was Natalia Silva, Rose Namajunas. Okay, let's go down for a second. I'll come back to that. I'm still thinking about how to approach that one. Which fighter lands more total strikes? Arnold Allen or Jean Silva? We just go look at striking numbers for those. So we can just go look at averages on like UFC stats, or there is a new stats place I learned about recently. We'll go check that out. Let me pull it up and see what the hell it's called, because I haven't even been to this website yet. But I saw that Tapology started storing their links. So I said, me too. Okay, let's pull up a random fighter. This is the first guy that came up. I gotta get a new window capture in here so that we can switch stuff. Okay. Done, son. Put that behind the webcam. Combat registry. Just ran into this one. Let's see what kind of stats it's got. I think it's got striking stats in here. Win rate, win method, KO sub, TKO. This isn't even who we're looking for. Why am I looking at this fighter? We need to be looking at, where the hell is your search, bro? Where is your search? Let's go back to the normal website. Fighter name. Jean Silva. Oh, this is the worst. Okay. Striking stats. Do you have striking stats? Nope. Okay. UFC stats it is. Can't be reached. For real? Is it my internet? It's not my internet. Does this backlink to UFC stats? Sherdog Combat Registry. That's actual UFC. Who is this? That's best fight odds. Why can I not? This doesn't work already. I tried that. UFC stats. Okay. No idea why it wouldn't work the other way. Okay, so Jean Silva, we're going for more total strikes. SLPM of 4.79. Here, let's just that works. Arnold Allen. Important striking stuff. Okay. So we just added a little bit of stats there. We're just going to go through everything real quick and then come back and see what we found, because the matchup preview here is also going to have important stuff. God, that's impossibly small. Why so small? Oh, this is all the numbers. I thought they broke it down by round, only in past fights. So we'd have to go back and look at this fight. Then we can see strikes. Okay. Total significant strikes, 61 of 122. Are these all? See, this, damn. I want to do way too much. Decision, decision. Okay, so we get 3 decisions in a row. That's pretty good. 59. Why can't I do this too? There we go. Oh, total strikes though. Fuck you. Do you not have total strikes? You do. 61. All of them are significant. $61. Is this real? Did I just look at the same number twice? Giga Chikadze. Arnold Allen, 61. Movsar. Arnold Allen, 61. Max Holloway, 80. It's way better. All right. Go look at John Silva and get his last 3. Is that fucking number? I don't even have to go back, do I? Oh, no, I do. Because that's showing, no, 43. Man, that's not, that fight didn't go the distance, though. So we need, that's basically 2 full rounds. Gonna have to make adjustments here. Round 2, 352. Is 27 accurate? Nah, it's 29. It's total strikes. He's still way less. Oh my gosh, I cannot type today. $352. $18. All right. I like this. I'm going to solve a bunch of other math. Bankroll math, baby. Okay. So we've got strike length per minute, accuracy, all of that good stuff. But what we're going to do is right here, we're going to go last 3 solved. Because all 3 of Allen's went the distance. So let's just extrapolate here 448. Oh, you suck. I mean, that's basically 2/3 of it. Oh, or we got to figure out if. Check this real quick. Make sure Arnold down. It's just here. One of his was a 5-round fight. That's why. That's why. So 80 divided by 5 times 3 solved is 48. 61, 61, 48. Okay. 15 times 60, 900. Should have known that. Leave that for the smart people. Do, 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 do. Uh, 4 times 60 plus 48 plus 300. 588 divided by, oh, no. I need 900 divided by 588 times 43, 65.8. This is thrilling for you guys, I'm sure. I definitely didn't think about how not exciting this would be before I started. Because y'all can't see nothing. Here, maybe I'll give you, y'all want a calculator too? You can see my calculations. Where are you at? Window capture. Where are you at? Calculator at. Boom. Now you get everything. It's exciting. Yeah, right. Well, right now I'm just trying to. I just want to average these out. I want to see what their last 3 look like and see, because everyone's picking John Silva. And if you sneak out something like this, if you can, I mean, it doesn't seem reasonable, but it's solvable-ish. Okay, back to the same thing. I need 3 times 60 plus 52 plus whatever. Why can't I not math? It's 300. 532 divided by 900. You suck. 532 divided by 900 times 29. 1714. It would be a catch. It would be. See, so a lot of times, sometimes I do it this way, and I try to figure out what the real best answer is. And a lot of times, me and my brother just sit down and talk about fights and make shit up. We're just like we don't go look at numbers or anything. We just bullshit the whole thing. All right, 4 times 60 plus 15, 255 divided by 900. See, this isn't even. Damn you! I did it again. 900 divided by 255 times 18. 63.5. I don't know why some of them go to an extra decimal place and others don't. That's what happens. Okay. 65.8 plus 17.14 plus 63 point divided by 3, 48.8. 61 plus 61 plus 48 divided by 3, 56. But that's going to be the only thing it's got going for him, huh? Less strikes landed per minute, less accuracy. Less strikes absorbed per minute, though, by a lot. By a lot. Now, do I need to go math how many strikes absorbed per minute over the last 3 fights? Because if Allen has the advantage there, too, if he's got less strikes absorbed per minute and more landed over his last 3 fights, why would, I mean, then I could go ahead. I've only looked at the 2 of them so far, but then I can go take the obvious Derek Lewis, Waldo Cortez Acosta. Not like Derek can't last fucking 3 rounds. He can. I don't know about Acosta. I don't know what the hell he's got going on there. Derek's in the best shape of his life again, though. Again, every single fight, he's always thinner than last time. Okay, we got to start a new, L3, absorbed, damn you. All right, L3 absorbed, let's go check it out. Let's see what we got. Close down the calculator for now. Close that down. Close down that one. Okay. Let's see who's got. I should leave that one up. I'm going to be typing on there a bunch. Y'all just kind of can't see shit when I do that. Keep moving. How's that? Look at that. Fixing it up with my face right in the fucking way. I don't know what to tell you. This is here. There we go. We'll figure this out eventually. Fucking amateur hour. Okay. So let's look at, we're on Arnold Allen already. Last one. Significant sub attempts, takedown, total strikes. Significant strike. Where's strikes absorbed? We got averages for it, but we don't have. Oh, I just have to look at his opponent's strikes landed. It's stupid. Man, I wonder how I make it through life sometimes. Gah. Okay. 39 in his last fight. Before that, Movzar was a loss, and he absorbed 72. This is how this dude loses fights. Before Movzar was Max, and he absorbed a lot, 149. That's going to be a big-ass number. All right, John Silva. Last fight. Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah, all 3 of his went the distance. Okay. 786. Wow, that fight didn't last long enough for him to absorb 86 strikes. What's up?
I'm about to use a couple small cuts. It'll be fast, but just noise awareness.
Yeah, they'll be all right, I think. Hey, it's going to get loud for a second, y'all. Your work's happening. You know how it is. Garage, attic above the garage gets loud. What was I doing? 86. And then I need the round end and stuff. It's going to be the same as the last time. Hopefully. Really fucked up. Round 2, 448. Man, if I knew I was going to do this, I could have just left my... could have done all this math at the same time. Okay, before that was 37 strikes absorbed. Round 2, 352. Why do I do that to myself? And last was 7. 7 strikes absorbed. That's impressive. And this was most of round 1, right? Round 1. This is almost 415. Yeah. Okay. Quick math. And let's see. Calculator. Did I pull the calculator up for you guys? Hell no, it didn't, because I didn't pull the calculator up. I'm trying to click the clear button on the calculator. God, I'm not having a smart day. Okay. L3A solve. L3A solve. I should put spaces before I do that. Perfect. What was the deal here? One of these was a 5-round fight for Arnold. You can't do that. Max Holloway, 5 minutes. So 149. Okay. Gah. Brain, get into gear, buddy. Let's do thinking things. 3 over 5 times 149. 89.4. Why didn't I just type the rest of them in? They're right there. 39. 72. All right. 60-second. Oh, no. 2 rounds, 600 seconds. You're done. Why would I do it that way? I'm not smart enough for that. 4 times 60 plus 48 plus 600. 888. 900 divided by 888. I feel like I did math wrong last time. 87.16. 3 times 60 plus 52 plus 600. Oh, no. That's why. That's bad math. This is not correct. 4 times 60 plus 48 plus 300. There we go. I did good math last time, bad math this time. This is why I write programs. That way I only have to do math once. 31.6. How about 3 times 60 plus 52 seconds plus the 300 from round 1. 900 divided by 532 times 37. 62.6. That's about right. Halfway through the fight. do bad math. I'm going to have to double check my other math after this. Okay, let's go back up here. I got to double check this, not that math, this math. That should be right. 4 times 60 plus 15 seconds. 900 divided by 255 times 18. I'm not as retarded as I think. I just think it. Yo, what's up, Patty? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. We're solving nonsense problems today for shits and giggles. We're seeing the sports book has a promotion. They have a contest, and it is for predicting UFC 324 shit, like random props. And instead of just going and picking what I think and shit like that, we're coming up with creative, albeit potentially very nonsensical ways of solving these problems, of deciding where we're going to put the money. It's not even money. It's just a free contest. We're going to see if we can win some money. But right now, 98.6% of people, 98.7% of people have Jean Silva landing more total strikes. Only 8.47% of people have Arnold Allen landing more strikes. So I got their strikes landed per minute, their accuracy, and their strikes absorbed per minute. Now, Jean has a big advantage in strikes landed per minute, almost 1.5 more per minute, accuracy 10% higher, but his absorbed per minute is like 25% higher. So, since the striking defense kind of sucks, I looked at their last 3 fights, averaged them out, looked at their last 3 fights of fights absorbed, and I'm about to average those out. And we're going to see if we're risking it on Arnold Allen this week, because this would be a kind of sneaky one to get in there. 66.8 for Arnold Allen. There's supposed to be an equal sign there. $24.7 is really going to bring this one down. 72.96. So now we've got Arnold Allen. His last 3 fights has landed more strikes per minute, per second. Technically, what I'm figuring out. I mean, not really. This is like how many they would have theoretically landed had the fight gone the whole time. I could have done this way easier, man. Why did I make this so hard? Look at this. Does that go away if I minimize it? It does. That's badass. Okay. I made this way too hard because I think if I just go in here. No, they don't. No, they don't give it to me. Okay. I thought they would just have like strikes landed per minute on the as one of their stats, but they do not. No stats for that on individual fights. Okay, that would have made a difference, but instead I did all the math, and I think we're going to get crazy here. I think that when we look at strikes landed per minute, we got John Silva. Striking accuracy matters a little bit less, but John Silva. Strikes absorbed per minute is not John Silva. That's an Arnold Allen pick. L3 solved. Strikes per fight is an Arnold Allen win. And strikes absorbed per fight is also an Arnold Allen win. That looks like a 3-2 for a massive underdog for me. Only 8.5%. Allen is a good dog. He went the distance with Max. He did go the distance with Max. I was just looking at that. Yeah, that's crazy. So what we're looking at here is we're trying to predict who lands more total strikes. So this one isn't about fight winner. These are a bunch of props on the sports book for a free contest. And so I'm just looking at stats and stuff and basically trying to solve nonsense, but it's still fun. It's still fun. This isn't the ideal way to pick props. It's just my way to pick props because they don't mean anything. It does. I mean, it's free bankroll money if it wins, but yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I can ignore that. The last three is just so much more favorable for Arnold Allen. All right. Well, we got our first. We're taking Arnold Allen as a big dog. We can go back and look at. Oh, that's trash. Which main card fight will end the fastest? But I think we know where we're going with that. It's going to be real hard to get past this. Because one of these guys, I mean, they haven't been finished by KO, not like super quick. Unless I'm forgetting something, I would have to go look. Gaethje and Pimblett, both of them can at least get punched once. All fights go the distance. That would be wild. What would be even crazier, though, is Natalia Silva and Rose Namajunas fight ending the earliest. That would be really crazy. Okay, let's see. The next one is also Arnold Allen, John Silva prop. And we've got, what round does the Arnold Allen, John Silva fight end? And this is very seriously just like this is just a tale of I don't know what I was going to say there. These guys have very different, like completely different outlooks everywhere. I mean, look at this. Tons of KOs, tons of first round KOs. Hasn't been to a decision in 3 years, 2 years, a little over 2 years now. And that's his only one. It's his only decision since 2018. Crazy. Oh, I should Arnold Allen, on the other hand, 3 decisions in a row, 2 finishes. Good opponents, too. Those are good finishes to get. Calvin Kattar and Dan Hooker, good wins. Allen will wilt to Silva. You think so? Ah, man. That's a big claim. I mean, Max punched him a million times, dude. Now, does Max hit as hard as Jean does? No. I mean, I don't even. I was gonna say maybe, but no. The answer is just no. But yeah, well, I just don't know. That one's hard. That one you almost take the underdog play. I wish that I had more of my. I wish I had something wrapped up on Fight Goes the Distance models. Let me see. Let me see if I have one here. There's no way. Featherweight's like the least built out on anything right now. It's so sad. Okay. Close rock off. Fight Goes the Distance. Oh, it's in the tests. It's in the tests. It's in the tests. Let's see current models, promos. Why? It's not there. Why would I go there? No! Where did I put it? Yeah, I'm so sad. Max deserves an opportunity at 155, man. He's getting reamed for no good reason. Hey, can you hear that heater? How obnoxiously loud is that? Do I need to turn it off? I don't know where I put these. Did I just never run them? Oh, I can't even do fight goes the distance predictions yet because I don't have their weigh in. Damn. Yeah, I run those models bad. It's time to rebuild those models because, stop that. My voice is super quiet. Well, fuck that shit. How's it now? Oh, sorry. I just blasted somebody. Is that better? I don't know. I don't think Alan really thought that. I think you're a fool to overlook Max ever. That's like, sorry, I'm looking at totally different shit now, guys. By the way, I'm over here. Here, let me pull you up. I'll show you. What window is this? Nah. Okay, we're all the way over here now because I don't know what I'm doing. Basically, what's happening here is that I'm keeping tons of scoring data for all of the models that I've made. Uh, Fun little system. But anyway, there's nothing in here for lightweight, I don't think. Ah, nope, there is. And now let's look at. These are target fight goes the distance. But what else did I need? What else did I need? Yeah, it wants to know what round it ends. Fight goes the distance doesn't really help me here, unfortunately. I mean, it does because I could predict whether or not it goes the distance. But the downside is that I think all of these use the post fight or the post weigh in numbers. Fighter swap. Yeah, it doesn't. I have to go look at the feature set 1, 2. I've only run feature set 1 and 2. Let's pull up the database. Look at feature set 2. Boom. Features for feature set 2 look like. Come on, baby. What did I do here? Yeah, none of them are run. Bummer. Okay, that doesn't work. Seems the O'Malley fight is going to pull O'Malley numbers still. I don't know if he's still got it, man. I don't know if he really cares anymore. That's where I'm at, honestly. I like to think he does, but watching him in embedded, he doesn't even look excited. He's like, I just never got to the level that I was hoping to, so my heart's still in it. It's like, yeah, you really sound like it, bro. No, dude. He sounds like he's done. I bet on him because the models like him. I don't know if that's a great thing or not. I don't think that Song's gonna go out and finish him. Everybody's like, oh, he trains with Team Alpha Male. Alpha Male's good wrestlers, this and that. Yeah, I guess they used to be, but the big problem is now I would have to go look. Maybe it's just bias, but they don't. Who's getting finishes? Who's getting subs from Team Alpha Male recently? I can't think of anybody. I don't know anybody who's going out there and pulling off a bunch of subs coming out of Team Alpha Male. Most of them don't even use their wrestling offensively. So I don't know. I don't know that Song is going to be. I think he's good. I like him. I wouldn't mind if he got the upset over Sean. As far as the future of the division goes, because one of these days the models are going to screw me on Sean anyway. As long as he keeps fighting, he's going the Connor route as far as like my ability to take him seriously in the sport, because he doesn't take the sport seriously. So just kind of my take. Maybe he does. Maybe he's in there training hard, but doesn't really seem like it. Seems like he knows he peaked, and I mean, subconsciously or not, now he just doesn't really care anymore. All right, we'll come back to this one. I don't know what to do about that yet. I want to run some numbers for it, but I don't want you guys to sit around while I can try to dig up and see if, because I've got models to do it, but what am I going to do? Fake weigh-in results and stuff? I could. And then I still got to run the numbers. Who lands more significant strikes, Natalia Silva or Rose Namajunas? All right, we know this game. Let's bring up the stats. Let's bring up the event. Let's bring up a fighter. Eventually. Who is this? This is Natalia Silva. Strikes landed per minute. Rose. I use Bet Online. It's the only one really available to me. I've also been using Kalshi, but they don't offer anything cool like this. Kalshi, I'm just building a bankroll for live betting because my dudes, St. Patty and Jack from We'll Do It Live, are building out an incredibly good system for live betting. And so my Kalshi bankroll is what allows me to quote unquote bet. They don't call it betting there. It's maybe it is. I don't know. I'm playing the markets, baby. Okay, so we got striking defense, and then we're gonna go L3, L3A, L3, L3A, and let's start with, we're on Rose and Miranda. So Rose's L3 is 46. I should be doing, that's what I mean to be doing. L3A is 52. Aaron Blanchfield. L3 is 101. L3A is 193. Hell! Tracy Cortez, 119. Wow, this one looks like it's going to be hard to keep up with. But maybe all of her fights are just a lot longer. 85. Let's go and fill in time. Decision. Okay. Natalia Silva, last fight. All three went to decision. Also, this is going to be super easy. 74. L3A is 54. $119. And L3A is 62. Damn. Makes a little bit more sense why these lines are so tight. Viviane Araujo, 65 and 63. Okay, let's do some averages because they all went the distance. So, should be super easy. Can y'all see that? Is that still popping up? I'm hiding like half of my screen right here. 74 plus 119 plus 65 divided by 3. 86. $54 plus 62 plus 63 divided by 3. 59.67. 119 plus 101 plus 46. 88.67. I could probably go back further for these ladies too pretty easily. Damn, I could have written a damn program to do this already. Oh, shit on my titties. I did that, didn't I? Natalia Silva doesn't have any 5-round fights, but Rose does. Sucks. This doesn't mean anything. Dumb. Why y'all let me do that shit? Don't let me make stupid mistakes, y'all. Okay, so the fights that 5-round and 5-round. So that's 5, 5, 5. Oh yeah, this is gonna change it a lot. That's not right. 3/5. 119. 74. 71.4. 65. Are we serious? Is that real? Damn, that was just Rose Namajunas Carla Esparza 3, huh? Boring ass fight. I don't even remember it. 3/5 divided by, nope, times 65. 39. That's going to be the same damn number. What am I doing? $37.8. Okay, there we go. Now we can plus 37.2 plus 54 divided by 3. 43. It's not a big difference. I mean, it is percentage-wise, but 74 plus 71.4 plus 39 divided by 3. 61.5-ish. Maybe 4.7 at least. Okay. I mean, the landed absorbed ratio is hugely in favor. I'm retarded. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Come on, y'all. Holy hell. I'm gonna have to retire from this soon. I can't be making mistakes like this in front of people. This is embarrassing. $60.6. Figure this out eventually. $59.3. 52. I don't know. Why do I keep doing that? I can just go 0.6 times 193. 0.6 times 85. That's 58. 115.8 and 51 plus 115.8 plus 52. Okay, these don't matter. Those aren't real numbers. Banded is less, absorbed is more. I feel like I'm doing bad math because it's basically saying, based on the last 3 fights, take the underdog in both situations. Which is crazy because look at this. Her strikes landed per minute are higher too. Striking accuracy, higher. Natalia Silva seems like the obvious pick here. Why did I even look at this? Rose isn't favored anywhere. All right, we're definitely taking Natalia Silva for more significant strikes. That one's easy. I say it's easy 30 minutes later. Okay. How will Natalia Silva versus how will the fight winner be decided? I mean, we literally just looked at decision after decision after decision between these two. It's everything. That's the entire career. Whole career decision. Here, let me make it so y'all can see some shit too. %32 of wins, 40% of losses. But in the UFC, 71% of all of her fights have gone the distance. Excuse me. Yeah. Rose, much higher, 50% of wins, 71% of losses. In the UFC, only 58% of decisions, but nearly 70% of losses. And recently, all decisions. Super easy. We're taking that one by decision. Nothing else to do here. Winner by decision. It's only a 3-round fight too. Yeah, it's definitely going the distance. There's no two ways about that. Okay, now this one plays into the very first one. So we'll go ahead. I don't know what to do when we've finished something. I don't know how to make. I wanted to cross it out, but let's just keep them in order. What round does the Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis fight end? That's a big one. That one, I mean, this one feels like as much of a toss-up as any of them can be. Let's go back here. Oh. Okay, Waldo Cortez Acosta. He's had a couple of decisions recently. He's got a very high percentage of his fights going the distance. That's big. 7 of 11. Finished fights recently. Ever since the eye poke, the dude's been killing it. Derek Lewis said he's all about poking people. So, you know, if you're not using your free fouls, you're giving up golden opportunities. That's his take. So he might pull this one off. Is Herb Dean going to be the ref? Take a point from Waldo after he pokes Derek's fingers with his eyeball. I'm just kidding. I love Herb Dean, but they all do silly shit sometimes, and I think it's funny. Okay, so I got nothing, bro. Not nothing, but that's more than I thought. 7 of 11 is it's more decisions than I thought I was going to see. 5 out of 21 for Derek. Ain't nobody got time for that. He does lose decisions, though, in the UFC. Now just one. Shit. Okay, well, we're not taking goes the distance. 15.38% of people are, though. Savages, bro. How do we figure these out? What do we do for a fight like this to decide when the fight ends? Because there's no free points for being close. Derek Lewis has been looking phenomenal lately too. Derek Lewis, I swear every single fight camp he's like, I'm in the best shape of my life. And then he weighs in at like 263 and a half. He's like, I won't even be cutting weight. And he's like, still barely making weight. This dude's been losing weight for like the last 6 years. And he's always the same weight. It's hilarious, man. Derek Lewis, he's one of my favorites of all time, bro. I've been a giant fan of Derek Lewis since like I saw him late into his LFA career. I started watching that dude. Was so excited when he made it to the UFC. I can see this fight going the distance with Waldo winning. Me too, man. Me too. Because a lot of folks back out against Derek Lewis. Like, they're not trying to engage too much. But who knows, man? I mean, I say that, but then I look at a lot of these, a lot of his losses are still early, and it hasn't been. Damn, it's just so unlike him to end up at a decision, win or lose. He'll gas out and still get a KO or get KO'd. And the older he gets, I don't think he's getting any more resilient here. Dude's 40. Waldo Cortez Acosta, 34. I mean, I don't know that. Oh, who am I thinking of? Because it wasn't Derek. I don't think that Waldo's going to have that fear of Lewis. It turns out a lot of guys didn't. I thought that it was more common, but now that I'm looking over his fight history, I'm like, there weren't a ton of people afraid to engage with him. If I remember correctly, Cyril was the last person to use the strategy of back and jab, but I could be misremembering. That's a long ass time ago now. Against Derek these days, it's who lands the massive punch first. Because I feel like him and all of his recent opponents, the strategy's been the same. Except for Jailton. Jailton just took him down and wrestle fucked him. Man, I think going the distance, I don't know that I need to take another risky play here. I think my biggest risky play so far is the taking Arnold Allen to land more total strikes. This one, I think it comes down to, do I want to take round 1 or round 2? Does Waldo, do they stand in the pocket early, or is there that feeling out time? Because Waldo is fast, man. He's fast, and for a heavyweight, let's be clear about that. But he's quick for a heavyweight, and he does have wrestling, and he could just try to neutralize Derek. I don't think he will, though. I love Lewis, but it's going to be Waldo's to lose. I agree, and I think that's been true for a while for Derek. I think that he is a gatekeeper at heavyweight right now. You have to show that you've got the strategy to get past him if you want to fight real top contenders right now. Because his get-ups are good, but his takedown defense against heavyweights, anyone with decent takedowns against Derek, they got takedowns. Because you're going to catch him overextending. You know, you can run into the same thing Curtis did, where you get uppercutted directly to your chin because you've shot 19 of the exact same takedowns. But yeah, I'm with you. I think, have you watched the first Embedded? No, I guess I haven't. I don't know what I've watched. So I've clicked on at least one of the Embeddeds, I think episode 2. And then I think the other thing I watched was the Countdown. I'm pretty sure that I haven't seen Skinny Derek yet. But I don't know. I turned a lot of that on the side screen. Okay, we're going to come back to this one, but I'm with you. I think I'll probably take first round here because the percentage is a little bit better, but that depends how risky I get everywhere else. If I do first round here, then this top one, which main card fight will end the fastest, is almost implied Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. So those two I'm going to decide at the same time. That one's, to be fair, the first question is almost certainly that fight anyway. But if that fight goes the distance, bro, somebody's going to have a nasty, sneaky win. Okay, what do we got? Which fighter lands more significant strikes? Okay, so we've already got a strategy for this one. that we're using this time around. We're going to UFC stats. We are going to the fight. The fighters. Come on, baby. I think that if Derek really did like legit lock in on his cardio, it'd be a lot more dangerous because he can't stop himself from throwing bombs. Like the dude's addicted to throwing giant punches, and not that they still land, and they still do damage in the third round for sure. Just ask Alexander Volkov about that. The man will kill you with seconds left in the fight, and then celebrate over your dead body. But it's not getting better. Guys are just becoming more wary. More guys are going to try to coast to the end if they get there. Let's be fair, it is heavyweights, and they do like putting him up against heavyweights that like to bang. But I think Waldo could just wrestle him, just grapple him to a decision for sure. And the first embedded too, Sean O'Malley seems super fragile. He was doing light dummy sparring a week before the fight to avoid injury. Oh no, he got that Justin Gaethje staff. Yeah, so I just heard about his hip surgery. I just heard about that. That's news to me. I don't know. I mean, could be good. That the song play could be good. I'm locked in with the models, man. I just do what they say at this point. They're way better than me. And so I know there's things that they're missing, like injury reports and stuff like that, but I can't know that about every fight in the past. And having more fights is more important than having more individual data points about each fight. So much so that now that I'm digging into post weigh-in predictions just to see what's there, it looks like for most divisions, it's worse. I can't tell you for sure yet. I don't have enough weeks data, but it's definitely not a lot better across the board, which was my original sign. It looks like in the middle weight classes, men's 145, 55, 70, 85, it is less favorable to know that information. Not less favorable, but the number of fights that it limits is more detrimental than actually having that information. Because in order to run other fights against it, I also have to know the weigh-in results for those fights. So in some cases, I go from like 2,800 fights in the training set to like 1,800 fights in the training set, and losing 30% is a big loss. So I'm going to keep playing with that and see where it turns out. But for now, doesn't look super promising. On that note, I will not be around this Friday for weigh-ins to run post weigh-in predictions. They're expecting a damn winter wonderland to overtake my entire region. And so I won't. The attic is the first place for the electricity to go out, so I'm going to be going somewhere else, and won't have access to the computer. The computer's got to get shut down over the weekend. So no Friday. I'll be dipping out Friday before weigh-ins, and won't be back until next week, whenever everyone's not going absolutely mad. Okay, so back to Fighter Lands More Strikes. I'm real good at getting distracted, y'all. And then we need L3, L3A. And we'll start with Waldo Cortez Acosta. Justin's going to KO Patty? Hell yeah. I'd love to see it. Patty deserves it. My bet's on Patty still because the models told me to. But just like my money's on Waldo Cortez Acosta too. And I hope Derek wins. I bet where I'm forced to, but I still root for my favorite fighters. And if I don't care that much, then I am very easily swayed by the models. Whatever they tell me, that's the best fighter in the world for the weekend. How old was Edgar, though? What was the age difference when they got surgery? Because that matters a lot, man. Surgery when you're in your 20s is not the same as surgery in your mid to late 30s, dude. Like, injury. I stubbed my toe now, and it's not like I'm in my 20s. While Poirier came back to beat Hooker and McGregor twice. Yeah, but I mean, he kind of beat McGregor when that didn't mean anything anymore. Not saying I don't. Like I said, I told you. I think that Sean's on that same downward trend as McGregor. So Sean's already talking about retiring. He should then. I agree with Dana, especially when they're not one of my favorite fighters. As soon as you think you should retire, you should retire. Cortez Acosta, 15 for L3 and 6 for L3A. L3 is total strikes last 3 fights. L3A is total strikes absorbed for the last 3 fights. We are going to average these based on the time of the fight, adjusted for the time of the fight, rather. 18 and 18. And then we're going to use them to give us another data point. 45 and 63. Let's go ahead and break these up like this. Because now I got to do all the math. 122. 18 was on 1. 3. 59. That's a 4. 45 was a decision. Okay. Derek Lewis, let's get his last 3. 10 and 3. $47 and $72. That's big. And 28 and 120. That's what I'm expecting here. Justin was 31, coming back to the Hooker fight. Edgar was 39, yeah. And what's I got time real quick. Sean O'Malley, 31. So a lot closer to Dustin's age than Edgar's. I never thought Sean had a notable win. That's how I feel about Patty right now. It's how I felt about Sean then. I was very, very surprised by the Aljo win. That really threw me for a loop. Him beating Aljo is not, I didn't expect it. Not a big Aljo fan here. You know, if I wanted acting, I'd watch basketball. But I was surprised Sean beat Aljo. Gave him his props for that. He showed good takedown defense. He could never show it again and never existed after that. His title win was like that of Cody Garbrandt. He looked like an absolute world beater when he did it. And that was his big hurrah. All right, let's go back here. We got all of L3 and L3A for Derek, 135. $349 and a decision. All right. Okay, math time. Math time. Are any of these? Doesn't matter. Oh, that does. That does, because that's a 5-round fight. So that needs a 5. No 5-round fights for Waldo? Nope. Damn. All right, hold on now. I gotta pee. Boom. All right, I'll be right back. Dude, my mic is picking up like some incredible amount of background noise now. Is that new? I don't know. Maybe I fucked something up when I walked away. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like it is on my screen anyway. Let me know if it sounds like shit. I don't know how to fix it, but I'll try. Aljo was mainly a grappler. Yeah, that's why I think he should have beat Sean. Sean has shown over and over again that he has a hard time getting up against guys with good top control. Like, if they have good shoulder pressure, then generally Sean is, I mean, he's not a fish out of water. He's not completely helpless down there. But if you can close the distance on him and you've got good grappling, you know, especially good trips and sweeps and stuff, man. Hey, thank you, Patty. Cool, thanks, guys. Cloak, welcome in, man. Okay, back to math. Math. We were doing math. I had to go pee because can't do those at the same time. Calculator. Do I have all the numbers I need? 28.5, 349, and one that his went the distance was not a 5-round. Okay. So, hey, I did not want that. Round 1, 122, so 60 plus 22. 900 divided by 82 times 15. That feels not right. Let's double check that math. Uh, 82 seconds out of 900 total seconds. And 15 strikes. 160, I don't know, whatever. I mean, if it maths, it maths. All I can do is type in numbers and I don't know. Not the brightest bulb in the basket, though. 180 plus 59. 900 divided by 239 times 18, 67.78, and 45. Oh, that's not going to work. Plus 45 plus 164.4. No, that's a 6. 3 divided by 3. 92.47. Same thing here. 900 divided by 82 times 6. 65.85. 180 plus 59. 900 divided by 239 times 18. 67.78. Holy hell, for real? Yeah, they both landed 18. I didn't even have to do that math. I'm just not. Dude, we're not braining today. Low level braining. 63 equals, okay. So then we got plus 63 plus 65.85 divided by 3. Our adjusted landed on Waldo Cortez Acosta, 65.54. All right, let's do some adjustments for Derek and see who we're betting on. 35 seconds in round 1. Holy shit. That's not an 800. That's a 900. Did I use 800 before? No, I didn't. Good. Had me concerned. As soon as I start thinking the wrong number, I have to check if I'm retarded. 25. 1/25th of this fight happened. Times 10. 257. That is ridiculous. This is an outlier. You should not use these in statistical data. These are not good numbers. This number right here, you leave that. You don't, no. In 10 seconds, bro, be real. No, 35 seconds. Like he's going to keep throwing the same 10 strikes every 35 seconds. That's ludicrous. Don't do what I'm doing. It doesn't make sense. 49 seconds into the third round. So 600 plus 49. 649 total seconds. 900 divided by 649 is the fraction of the fight times 47. 67.18. And then 28 over 5 rounds? Sad, bro. Sad. So 0.6 times 28. Well, I guess this rounds everything out. If we have outliers on both extremes, 257 strikes in a fight, that's like some Max Holloway shit. And 16.8 strikes in a fight, that's some Carlos Esparza shit. But we average out about the middle, I think, somewhere in there. Okay. Strikes against. Let's go ahead and run these numbers real quick. I did it this way last time. Let's do it this way again. 257.14 plus 67.18 plus 16.8 divided by 3. That is still a very large number. 113.71. All right. $900 divided by 35 times 3. 77.14. 649. Why did I do that? 900 divided by 649. Total seconds in the fight. Times 47. 65.18. 6 times 128. 76.8 plus 65.18 plus 77.14. You suck so bad. $76.8 plus 65.18 plus 77.14 divided by 3, 73.04. And let's see who we're betting on. Strikes absorbed favors Waldo Cortez Acosta. Strikes landed favors Derek Lewis. Strikes absorbed per minute, Derek Lewis. Striking accuracy, Derek Lewis. Strikes landed per minute, Waldo Cortez Acosta. All right, we're rocking the heavy favorite here. Derek Lewis with 257.14 strikes landed in a fight. That is wholly unrealistic. But I mean, it doesn't, I don't think it matters. Even if I run it as a win-to-loss ratio. What's up, Omar? Thank you. I do my best every single week. 113.71 divided by 73.04. Total ratio of 1.557. And let's see, 92.47 divided by 65.54. Total ratio of 1.411. And that's a landed to hit ratio. So you want biggest number possible. All right, we're taking Derek Lewis. This, I know it's nonsense because this number should be eliminated. That's an extreme outlier. This is also an outlier here. The only time that he just got laid on. Do I watch boxing? Not really. Not really. I watch some of the freak show fights. I'm getting into to bare knuckle though. BKFC is fun. Been watching a little more Karate Combat, but they kind of threw me off. They butchered their last show, and it really left a bad taste in my mouth. If they would have come out and said something about why it was 6 hours delayed, that's one thing. But just like constantly delaying it with no news is pretty shitty. But no, I've never really been a boxing fan. I tried watching it when I was younger, you know, the Mike Tyson heyday and shit when I was real young, but I never really got into boxing. All right, I'm going to flip over here. We're taking Derek Lewis, and we're going to see what the next one looks like. Again. We're going to be doing this math all day, y'all. Sorry to tell you, this one's... this is some boring props, man. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Bro, I have no idea who either of those people are. But I know who Gable Stevenson is, and I know who Diego Lopez is, and I would say Gable Stevenson wins that fight. Like, pretty clearly. He'll probably just throw Diego straight out the octagon. So I'm going Stevenson. We're going Stevenson. Not for any good reason, but bad reasons are still reasons. Okay, so now we're back on this. We're right where we left off, y'all. New fighters. At least I got a strategy for answering these questions. So Let's start with Sean O'Malley. Everyone's picking Sean. Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong. Man, you know what's real bad is that Waldo for most strikes landed, for more strikes landed. Oh, that's significant strikes. Oh, you suck. We're going to have to redo that one. I did bad math. I did math for total strikes on this. Significant. That part is, the word significant is significant. That matters a lot. All right, reroll. We'll get to Sean in a second. Can't leave that one hanging. So, Waldo Cortez Acosta. You suck. So I can leave all the times in there. Is this significant strikes on the outside? Can I make this faster? It is 10 and 6. 12 and 16. Nice. Okay. So all this got to go. Bummer. That's all right. I want to be on Waldo here. So I'm going to do what the math says. The bad math, but the math. We're still going to do it. 10 and 6. Right. Yeah. 12 and 16. And 45 and 61. Did they legit say that all of his strikes were significant strikes against Sergey? And he lost? They sure did. They gave him every single one of them. Just not significant enough, I guess. Stupid. I'm over here putting numbers in the wrong place. Okay. That's bogus. That's bogus. Derek Lewis. Try this again. 9 and 3. It's not big of a difference. 3 is exactly the same. I could have left some of these. No way. You're giving him 27 significant strikes, 72 total strikes. Did he flick him 50 times? What happened? What heavyweight is throwing non-significant strikes 2/3 of the time? That's not even. That's more than 2/3. No, it's 2/3 of the time. They're saying that dude threw insignificant strikes. We're not talking about the same thing here. I want whoever's counting these to go get hit one time by Rodrigo Nascimento and then tell me how insignificant that strike was. That wasn't a big one. It was little strikes from a big old guy. Okay. 1, 9 and 3, 41, 27, 20 and 38. Okay, more math again. Sorry, we shouldn't have to do this all over again, guys. I told you, I'm not having a smart day today. Uh, 900 divided by 82 times 10, 109.76. Is there not a way to, can I go back? I guess if I just divide by 10, eh? $65.85. $180 plus 59. 239. 900 divided by 239. 3.76 times 12. 45.19. And then divide that by 12 so I can multiply it by 16. And we get 60.25. What do you think about my 9-leg money line? That's as far as I have to get to tell you this was a mistake. But let's break it down a little more. Rocking with Patty, I like it. The models say that Justin doesn't have it, and I think he's got staff, so he ultra doesn't have it. I don't know. Justin's way better than he used to be. Used to, if you could just handle the leg kicks long enough and put pressure on him, you could stop him like Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier did early in his UFC career, not early in the fight. You had to outlast him. Patty would be very good at that. Sean O'Malley, that one, I took Sean. I'm not that confident in the Sean pick. I don't know how much Sean still wants to be there. So I think that's a tough one for a parlay. Natalia, love it. Think that she's one of the best up-and-comers. Also, that woman's adorable. I want her to keep winning just so she gets more fights. Atiba Gutierrez, man, that line, it was so much better than the lines on previous fights have been. I think I paid minus 1,700 for him on his last fight. Got him at like minus 900 this fight. I like it. My model doesn't think that I should like it, but that man's a monster, bro. I think right now, like, just stepping in there, he's going to win. He's bound to win a fight or two soon that's people just running away. It's going to be, he's too scary, man. I like that guy. Umar, again, that line is insane, dude. It's insane. I think Davidson's old. I think he's going to have a really tough time. I don't know why he's coming off losses and getting somebody higher in the rankings than those that he lost to. Not sure what we're doing here. Fun fight. I don't think Davidson's got a chance in hell, honestly. I don't think he sparks Umar, and I think that's what he has to do. But I'm still terrified of that line. I think I paid minus 1,300. I'm sweating, bro. I laid that line 2 weeks ago. I'm sweating. Josh Hockett, love that dude. I just hope he keeps winning, man. I hope he keeps winning. It's a tough division to keep winning in. Charles Johnson, I don't have a big take on that fight. I think it's a coin flip. I don't think the models gave it a coin flip, but that's what I thought. John Silva, fun fight. I like it. I think that Arnold could pull it off, but I don't think he does. And Waldo Cortez Acosta, that's scary fighting Derek, man. I think he wins too, but I'd love to see Derek get the knockout. I hate to say it. If your parlay gets crushed by Derek getting another incredible knockout, I won't feel bad for you, man. I won't even feel bad about the money I lost. I'll be celebrating. I think they consider anything other than the jab a significant strikes. Really? That's a weird... What? Is it considered a significant strike if you knock somebody out with a jab? Because that happens. That's a weird... Okay, that's interesting, though. I didn't know that. What are you thinking about Patty KO sub under 4.5? Unlikely, man. Unlikely. I think that fight goes the distance. I think they're both super durable. And I don't think Patty's on the level of wrestling that it takes to out-wrestle Justin Gaethje. Now, Justin's body actively forces him not to engage in offensive wrestling. I don't know what it is. He's unwilling to do it. But what do you do, bro? No, I don't know. I think under 4.5 is a good line, depending on what your odds there are. But I think the longer you go, the better. because someone might just get caught. Like, I think if there's a sub, then it's going to be a knockdown that leads to a sub, and I think that could go both ways. I think Patty could get blasted, and Gaethje could snag the neck, and I believe that can go the other way too. I don't think that Patty does to Gaethje what Habib did to Gaethje. I don't think that ever happens. I don't think that's a reality. Waldo Cortez Acosta KO under 2.5 rounds, sure, and that's what we're talking about on one of these other. On one of these others is what round does Waldo Cortez Acosta Derek Lewis end? I think that's a tough one to pick, but I think under 2.5 is super fair. Unless you're getting like big negatives. If you're taking Waldo Cortez Acosta specifically under 2.5 at like minus 220, I think you're getting gypped. But if you're getting it at, what do I imagine that line should be at? 2.5, damn. It probably is going to be at minus 200, bro. Silva money line. I like Silva money line. I think he wins. I think he can even win that fight going the distance. It's Duds. What's up, dude? Welcome in. Thank you for showing up. That's why the stats help us make money for judging. Yeah. I can see Waldo winning by decision. Absolutely, I can see that happening. It's why I'm so iffy about this first one, which main card fight will end the fastest. I think that there's a chance that Waldo plays a safe game and we see Derek Lewis lose a decision. I think that's a very realistic possibility because for Waldo, this is a make or break fight. This is you fight amongst the top of the division or you start fighting other up-and-comers like Derek is doing. And you try to make another run at it. And so I could see Waldo playing a safe fight, using a lot of grappling, getting in close, landing a lot of clinch strikes against the cage, and really trying to wear on Derek early. Maybe still getting a late finish, but if his path to success, if he's already being successful just by leaning on Derek, just by throwing punches, just by attempting takedowns, just not at range, not Curtis Blades takedowns. Those end badly against Derek. But I could see that one going the distance. That's why I'm having such a hard time picking it in a couple of places right now, and those are still sitting on the sidelines. Back to more significant strikes, though. We still have to figure out who's going to win more. What did I just do here? 3, 7, 45 divided by 12 times 16, 62.5. We're done here. We're on to one more. We're on to, this is Cortez Acosta, and that's just 45 and 61. Oh, we're getting so much better numbers this time, guys. The numbers, it's not as outrageous as it was. Okay, 900 divided by 35. This is a fraction of the round. 1/25 of this fight happened times 9, 231.43. Stupid. Oh, damn again. And then just do divided by 9. I could just do divided by 3, but I'm afraid of messing something up. Okay. Oh, and then we've got 900 divided by how many seconds in that round? 600 for the first 2 rounds, 49 seconds. 1.38 times 41, 56.86. Sorry, y'all, I see those chats. I'm just trying to run these real quick. Divided by 41 times 27, 37.44. And then 0.6 times 38 and 0.6 times 20. 12 and 22.8. What the hell, man? Okay, Derek's numbers didn't get much better. So 12 plus 58 point, nope, that's 56.86 plus 231.43 divided by 3, 100.1. And then 22.8 plus 37.44 plus 77.14 divided by 3. That is an incredible ratio. 45.79. Okay. Justin showing up to get a check and put the gloves down. You think so? I don't think Justin wants to go out on a loss, man. I mean, he was ready to retire, to be completely fair. He basically said as much. I don't think he should have gotten an interim title shot, one, because he doesn't deserve it, where he's at right now, and two, the crying about it, man. Him and Kamaru Usman, like their whole damn team right now. Yeah, if I don't get a title shot, I'm gonna retire. Then fucking retire. You don't deserve a title shot just for being like Dan Henderson against Michael Bisping. Didn't deserve that, man. It's a waste. It's wasting our time. Like, we actually give a shit about the fights and the division and where things are going. And 55's been backed up forever because we got guys at the top all crying because they deserve a title shot. Like, wild, dude. Except for Armin, who actually deserves a title shot. And he's like, just give me somebody. Like, I'm not injured anymore. I know Usman and Gaethje have the same manager. That's why I'm saying their whole team is crying about it. Like, retire then, dude. Dana should call their bluff. Just like he did with fucking Henry Cejudo. Like, go retire then, bro. What are we doing here? You don't have to threaten me. Turn down 3 contracts in a year, dude. I don't care. That's all you got to do. $66.65. And one more, and then we got all the numbers we need. 65.85 plus 60.25 plus 61 divided by 3, 62.37. Wait, so back to the guy. Hold on. The BMF belt doesn't count. That's not a divisional belt. But yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like, man, I think it's funny because my take was the only reason they made this interim belt is, damn. I mean, we're still Derek. Now we're just more Derek Lewis now that we know it's significant strikes. Yeah, now that we know it's significant strikes especially, all right, we're already on Derek here, right? We're just not changing. Just not changing. Yeah, we took Derek Lewis. So did everybody else. Everybody and the brother. Okay, and so now we got L3 here and L3A. We are back on total strikes. Right in the teeth. Oh, I gotta pay attention to that. Okay. Let's see who we got. Strikes landed per minute. Sean O'Malley is ahead. Striking accuracy favors Sean O'Malley. Strikes absorbed per minute. Shit. All right. I mean, unless the L3 and the L3A, unless this ratio is just batshit crazy, I don't see us doing anything other than taking Sean O'Malley here. He's 87.44% predicted by the people at the books. Those folks aren't smart, though. Neither am I. But they're not smart either. All right, let's get some numbers. Total strikes landed. So we're coming to total strikes. Marab, 141. 38 for Sean. And we went 3 rounds, 4 minutes, 42 seconds. Both of these went the distance. Come on, baby, load faster. UFC Stats is having a time today, man. I must not be the only person on here. 49. The problem is that these, like, we're going to end up taking Song here because of these last 2 fights against Marab. Holy hell. All right, well, we're 230. Oh, no, 232. Nah, Patty, there's no way, bro. There's no way that jabs aren't considered significant strikes. Not at least to some degree. There's no way that Sean threw 2 or less jabs in his entire fight against Cheeto. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing some funny business to come up with these numbers. I know it's not UFC Stats coming up with these numbers. They're getting them directly from the UFC. I imagine it wouldn't make any sense otherwise. But I don't know who's counting. Somebody's counting who doesn't get punched enough. That's what I think. Ooh-wee. Songidong, 84-67. All decisions for Song. 104-129. And I'm going to fall asleep waiting on this damn website today, y'all. I need to make some notifications so y'all can wake my ass up. There we go, 160-105. There's just no way. If I had to guess, maybe ESPN's stat team did it. Dude, I'm with you, Patty. Dude, that thing, like, I know it doesn't show up on the aggregator. Maybe it does now. I haven't looked at it in a while. But when we're just looking at how a single judge does it, like when you've been doing the recent ones, where even Devin's not in it, where it's got the automatic commentary, that whole thing, where it shows, like your control time down at the bottom, the significant strikes, and when you're tallying them in. I love that, man. That's the amount of information that I like to see, because then at just a quick glance, I could be, God, well, we had Octagon on or KSW or something the other day, and I was busy trying to wrap up some work while that card was on, and I look up at the graph, it just drops off a cliff, and I wasn't watching the fight. I was looking at some other numbers. I look back at the stream, I can see exactly how we got there, man. I'm like, oh, dude got knocked down and just obliterated. Like, he started off great, and so I like being able to see that. That to me is one of the coolest things. I can see exactly how you got to the score you got to. Now, if we can just get every commission in the world to do the same thing, we'd know so much, bro. We'd know so much. Oh, dude, I think it's the main event this weekend. They already announced, at least I saw, maybe it's just a rumor, on who the judges are going to be. and it's like Mike Bell, Derek Cleary, and who was the other one? I'm scared, bro. If it goes to a decision, I'm a little bit scared. I can't remember. I saw it on one of the MMA news channels, and I was like, "Oh, I hope it's not right, man." But why would it be out there if it wasn't? I don't know. I'm scared though. We'll see. I'm sure it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be a banger fight no matter what. Flip a coin at the end. I don't care. Only going to be the aggregator when the bets start flying. Nice. Well, I'm rolling out. I'm gonna do what Jack's doing a little bit. I'm working on some fight goes the distance numbers, and when that spits out what likelihood a fight is to go the distance, I'm gonna use that as a bet multiplier against fights where you and Devin are signaling for Sal D'Amato. Is that who it is? Is that real? Do you know that that's real? I didn't know if it was real or not. But anyway, I'm going to use my fight goes the distance predictions as a multiplier for when y'all see signals after like the first round and second round. I'm only going to be able to bet in between rounds for my own sanity. But I'm going to start using those numbers and follow what y'all see. It's right. Nevada releases them early. Okay, I did not know that. You mean I could have been knowing this the whole time? I don't know if I can find historical data like that, but if I can, this is going in my wheelhouse. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Those are not, that's a plus sign, not a, $148. Oh, that's not, these aren't right. Why do I keep doing this? Man, it's hard to stay on track when I'm talking to you guys because y'all keep wanting to talk fights, and I want to talk fights too, way more than I want to run numbers on fights. Songs, all three went the distance, so I don't need this. We can just run numbers on song. Okay. 160 plus 104 plus 84 divided by 3. 116. One number for song. Another number for song. 105 plus 129. That's an 8. 67. 100 and 1/3. Yeah, dude, I'm looking shit. With how much Devin made last year, I think his ROI doubled mine. His live betting ROI doubled my my pre-bet ROI. Y'all are an asset, bro. I just got to figure out how to use it because where I'm at, I have to do the trading markets. I can't expect. I don't expect to ever get my money out of the sports book. That money it's just going to multiply itself into infinity, or the sports book's going to ban me and then tell me I can't take my money out because I can't file appropriate taxes on it. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll let me take it out in crypto, but all these markets are showing up. I found a new one called, I'm using Kalshi, can't use the other one yet. I can't remember what the hell it's called. Polymarket. Can't use Polymarket yet, but I found a new, it's technically a sweepstakes called Fliff that I'm going to start playing in. But most of that's going to be live betting stuff. I'm also going to open another small bankroll for some Kelly Criterion stuff that I'm working on. I just shared a bunch of data over on Discord. for people to fucking check out and see if they can dig up some new betting strategies based on perceived win rate. Jack has been starting to track how our judging stacks up to different judges. Very cool. Yes, bro, that's like the same thing you and I were talking about before, where you brought up that some judges, they won't score a big takedown or a lot of damage at the end of the round the same way that other judges will. That's huge, dude. Song is a monster, dude. I was worried in that fight against Cejudo, and he made it look easy, bro. I hope he gets booked after Umar fails to beat Jan. You don't think they're gonna give Merab another shot? I think Merab's going back in there. I think they're shoving Merab right back in. I don't see why they wouldn't. Unless there's something I don't know already, and there's already been talks about it, but okay, 4 times 60 plus 42 plus 600 other seconds, 882. 900 divided by 882 is 1.02 times 38. 38.78. I gotta go pull that back up. This looks wrong. That's the wrong fighter. Go to Sean O'Malley. 442. That's all right. Okay. Back on track. Both of those are 5-round fights. Yes, and they both went the distance. So we're going to do 0.6 times 49, 29.4. And 0.6 times 232, 139.2. Come back over here, plus 29.4 plus 38.78 divided by 3, 69.13. 69. I don't think Merab gets a ticket right to the belt unless Umar wins. Why? Prove himself? The man literally made like 2 3-month turnarounds in a row in title fights. I don't know why he did it, man. I don't know why he did it. I see significant drop-offs. All my data shows significant drop-offs in win probability when you get over, like, when you overreach like that. So I don't know why fighters are still. I mean, it's a cool thing to prove. Whatever. Waldo Cortez Acosta's doing it too, and he may go out there and get starched by Derek Lewis for that same reason. Tough to say, but I think overreaching like that is becoming a big problem for some very high-level fighters. Yeah, he did. He did 50-45, and then he absolutely murked him. Jan made it look so easy, but I don't know, dude. That's such a tough one for me. What is this? 900 divided by 882 times 141. 143, 88. 0.6 times 214, 128.4, and this one is also a 0.6, 53.4, plus 128.4 plus 143.88 divided by 3, 108.56. That's terrible. We're getting crazy, y'all. This is where it gets crazy. Strikes landed in the last 3 fights. Favors Song. Strikes landed against in the last 3 fights. Favors Song. But overall, Sean O'Malley. We're going sneaky dog here. We're gonna take total strikes. Song Yadong. He's at 12.05% picked right now. That is going to be our second big underdog guess. Big underdog guess there. All right, and this one's super easy. Who will win the fight? So I'll show you guys exactly why I'm taking Sean O'Malley. Hold on, quick. Bro. Nick and Tyro. Got the boys on the Patreon. Nice. A little bit of Patreon money never hurt. It's pennies, bro. It's pennies. Okay, let's pull up the bankroll. Let's pull up the fight data viewer. I turned that off. Hold on, let me start my server again. There we go. Fight data viewer. Gaethje Pimblett, Song Yadong, Sean O'Malley. Let's switch this one over. What's the... yeah, we'll switch this one. Patreon MMA Addict still here. Let me, I'll post you up a link. That's where all of my, I give away all my other predictions for PFL, LFA, One Championship. They're all free over there. I did post some early predictions this week for UFC. I think I'll be doing that more often. For paid members, but right now there's no, I really appreciate it. You're helping me push forward with this, but there is no guaranteed incentives for paid membership. It's just cheap. You're just helping out. It just goes to keeping this thing moving forward. That's it. Okay, let's get the calculator out of the way, and let's look at, because we're looking at who will win this fight. Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong. We've been talking about this one. All right, so we just looked at the striking stuff, and we took Song Yadong here, even though overall his averages have not looked as good. They did the last 3 fights, which is the metric that we're using for this one, unless y'all want to get real fucking crazy and start looking at last 5 fights. But, man, I'm already slow today. And this doesn't really mean anything. We're doing a lot of work hoping to win $12. I love it, though. It's fun. I do this for $12. Okay. So, yeah, if we're looking at fight winners, so we already got predictions down here. None of them are super big. 50 to 58.5%. Oh, God, you guys can't see shit. We gotta... Come on, baby. Here, hopefully y'all can see all that. I don't know how this shit works. It's a cool stream. Thanks, man. This is absolute nonsense. It is fun, though. Get to do math. It doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't last long. I mean, the stream's lasting way too long, but that's beside the point. What is going on here? Okay, that's the problem. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta go make sure that shit makes sense. Oh, come on. Please stop. What is going on here? Hey, okay. That's the problem. Give me 1 second. All right, I figured it all out. Kind of. Okay, so here we go. So we're looking at who wins the fight. We're going to take Sean because the models say it's Sean. They were wrong last time. Not really a good sign, but overall they do good. They make me money. So we're taking Sean just because the models say so. Very simple. Let me go over. I'm going to go make that bet. And switch this back. That works. All right, back to the contest. Who wins the fight? Sean O'Malley does. All right, we're going to do one of these again. I know you guys absolutely love these at this point. This has got to be your favorite thing. Which fighter lands more significant strikes? Y'all know how we do it. We pull up UFC stats. We look at current stats, overall UFC stats, and we look at... Please don't do whatever, bro. We'll take a look at their overall stats, and then we'll look at... I started saying this exact same thing like 3 times already. What am I doing? The average of their last 3 fights. Yeah. Eventually, I'd be able to spit that out. It was coming out one way or another. Okay, so starting off, strikes landed per minute favors Justin Gaethje. Striking accuracy, also Justin Gaethje. Strikes absorbed per minute, very, very much in favor of Paddy Pimblett. All right. So now we're going to look at the last 3. L3A. This is definitely going to need a solve. I'm imagining that we're also going to need a solve for Justin Gaethje. Yes, 549. Damn, yo, I gotta pee again. I'll be right back. Too much water today. Weight cuts get me. All right, we're back to it. Put this back over here where it belongs. Scroll us down. Solving for most significant strikes this time. Significant strikes. So we don't have to dig as deep. They're all right here. L3 for Gaethje, 72, 68, 103, 181, and 41.27. Okay. And then that's 3 and 5 is fine. 5, 459. And I did that wrong. That's okay. Not too wrong yet. 2, 1. Okay. And we solve. 72 is 72. 68 is 68. Oh, this is going to be tough. Okay, so we got to go. $1,500 is total. Divided by 14 point. No point. $14.99. This is not going to make any difference. Times 103. Yeah, stupid. 0.06 strikes. It's a real number. And then that's times 0.6. 61.84. Mm, 360. 900 divided by 360 times 41. 102.5. Right. 2 minutes, 1 second. More than, yes, less, half, something. Okay. $2.5 times 27. I feel like that should have been good math. Give me another number. I need this number. Can I do this? I don't know how to use calculator. Hey. Times 181 times 0.6. 108.67. Okay. Plus 67.5 plus 68 divided by 3. 81.39. Not a good number for strikes absorbed. Oh, what the fuck? All right, caps lock. $102.5 times 61.84 times, hopefully it's plus. No. You suck. Plus this time, 61.84 plus 72 divided by 3, 78.78. Consistent. He gets punched as much as he punches. All right, let's go look at some patty fights. 80 and 11. It's a good start. 8 and 15. Not impressive. $106 and 62 against fucking Tony though. That used to be worth it. 307. 1 at 322. And that went the distance. All right, more math. More math. 180 plus 7, 187. Yeah. 900 divided by 787 times 80. 91.49. 1 plus 22. Just make sure I don't make stupid mistakes. 900 divided by 202 times 8. 36.64. That's not good. And 106. We're going to be doing some other crazy shit today. 2. Times 11, 12.58. I think this one's a given already. I'm not sure I got to keep doing this math, but we're in it, y'all. We're in it deep. 900 divided by 202. I did this the smart way one time, and I just can't, just refuse to keep doing it. And 62. Okay. Oh, you suck. Oh, hold on, y'all. I gotta take a phone call. All right, I had to actually do some work for a second. I was going to place a bet on Patty, then I seen a clip where he was vaping during training. Dude, what are you talking about? Carlos Prates is be smoking a pack of cigarettes, man. That shit don't matter. We only thought it mattered. Now it's just making your lungs stronger. It's resistance training for your lungs. You didn't know that? Okay, where did I leave off? 66.83 plus 62 plus 12.58 divided by 3, 47.14. All right, and one more. 106 plus 36.64 plus 91.49 divided by 3, 78.04. All right, let's see what we got. We got strikes absorbed, very much in favor of Patty. Strikes landed, just barely in favor of Justin. But landed per minute and accuracy all favoring Justin. But this ratio's gonna be nasty, bro. The ratio for Patty of landed to absorbed, like per quote unquote fight, let's call it, because it's all just based around 3 rounds, is nearly 2-1. While Justin's is a fraction. What do y'all think? You don't think we follow it? I mean, basically we're saying we're taking Justin here because more of them favor him. But this strike absorbed at 81 is ridiculous. Who put us way over? Who put us way over? Max Holloway. Fucking of course. Paddy Pimblett ain't no Max Holloway. All right, we're taking Gaethje. We're taking Gaethje. We are. Whoa, I mean, we're taking a bunch of risks on who lands the most strikes. Taking a bunch of risks. All right, next one. How will the Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett fight winner be decided? That's a tough one. I don't think Paddy starches him. I don't think so. But I feel like either one of them could go to sleep. Like, I don't think it happens, but I can't count it out. I cannot count it out. Let's go look at recent fights and see what we're thinking. Just average everything. Overall record, tons of knockouts for Gaethje. Been knocked out a few times. Always late, dude. Always. Dude never gets KO'd early. Man, he's never lost a decision in the UFC. Why do I feel 14 fights? I feel like Justin should have way more than that. Dude, look at this. This is what I want to bet a prop on. Performance bonus. These guys, if there was a prop for who gets a performance bonus, this fight's getting one. It's got to get one. Never lost a decision in the UFC. I don't have him winning this fight. I've got Paddy winning this fight. A third of Paddy's fights have been to decisions. Tons of sub wins, but I don't, man, I mean, somebody's getting knocked down if they're getting submitted. I don't think either of these guys are getting taken down, wrestled, and subbed. I'm not even sure that Justin Gaethje knows how to offensively wrestle anymore. I think he forgot. He never does it. No one's going decision. Draw or no contest. That's what we're doing, guys. We're going with the draw. Ends in a no contest due to eye pokes. Start Paramount. Start the Paramount season off right, baby. Oh man, it's either KO, TKO, or a decision. We'll roll back around to this one. Let's see what's next. We got a few more that we're coming back to, and it all matters when we talk about which fight goes the longest, which is the very first question on this whole thing. What round does the Justin Gaethje Paddy Pimblett fight end? Oh, we ain't switching fights yet, are we, huh? It doesn't break down what rounds the fights ended for promotions. 3, 1. This is ridiculous, dude. Goes the distance. 34, nearly 35%. How will the winner be decided? By decision, 23%. Are these folks trying to like hedge a free contest? This is like when I get into a poker free roll, man. You don't hedge, you just go all in, and you either like septuple up really early or you get the hell out of there. It's free, bro. Go for broke. What are we doing here? Who's doing this? This shouldn't be allowed. I say that, but then I just randomly pick stuff for like NFL and actually win those. What round does it end? Round 1, round 1, round 1, round 1, round 2, round 1, round 3. But then Gaethje, bro. Gaethje doesn't, man, nothing ends early anymore for Gaethje. Still round 1, round 2. You think these dudes are going to sprint? Keep that one in the back of your mind. I think we're going round 1 there. I think we're going round 1. And if we go round 1 there, God, no one's going round 1, bro. Crazy. Crazy. Do we do it? Because we can go round 1 there, and then we can roll all the way back to the top. To which main card fight will end the fastest. And we could take Gaethje versus Pimblett at only 7%. How crazy would that be? There would go their performance bonus, I guess. That wouldn't really be real anymore. Okay, so this is what we do know. This is what we do know. What we don't know yet is which main card fight will end the fastest, but we're zeroing in on that. Which fighter lands more total strikes? We're taking Arnold Allen. He's less than 8.5% picked, but last 3 fights, they favor him both sides. Strikes landed and strikes absorbed are in his favor. And strikes absorbed per minute is just so much lower. John is just so much more hittable. So we're taking Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen, John Silva fight. What round does the fight end? We have yet to decide. Probably goes the distance, though. Leaning towards goes the distance. Which fighter lands more significant strikes? We're taking Natalia Silva. Everything leans her way. Everything. She absorbed less strikes in her last 3. She absorbs less strikes overall. She lands more strikes overall. Her accuracy's higher. Some reason only 30% of folks are picking her. That should be a big one for us. That one should feed right in. That should be just fine. How will the Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas fight be decided? No special system here. You go by decision. So did 70% of other people. Just makes the most sense. What round does the Derek Lewis fight end? Been tearing up that 1 or 2. Been tearing it up. We're pretty sure we're going 1 or 2. Goes the distance would be wild. I'm going to take Waldo Cortez Acosta by decision in this fight. I think that he is likely to try to implement a safer strategy, which kicks them out of the talks for which main card fight ends first. Man, we're going for absolute broke here. That's the one that I'm not super, man, I don't know about that one. Who lands more significant strikes? We're taking Derek Lewis, which doesn't really work for the fight goes the distance prop that we're talking about. Damn. We need good cohesion here. We need these things to line up to make sense together. Everything here says you take Derek. So we're definitely taking Derek. All right, we got to get off the goes the distance prop. We're going to take second round. We're going second round right here. More total strikes for Song Yadong, Sean O'Malley. And Sean's full history looks way better. But Song's recent history looks way better. We actually took Sean O'Malley to win this fight. And Sean's recent fights are getting just like sloppily laid on by Merab. I say sloppily. Merab's really good. But he got beat up by Merab on the bottom. So really skewed stats here. But we made our bed. We'll lie in it. This isn't a real system. This is all fake. Who will win? The models say Sean. We take Sean. Which fighter lands more significant strikes? Justin Gaethje is way ahead on most of these. He gets landed on way more often. But landed per minute, accuracy, and the strikes he lands are way better. And Patty's defense is terrible. 42%, bro. We're taking Justin Gaethje. Another underdog play there. Only 26% of people are picking him. Gaethje, Pimblett, winner. How will it be decided? So this is what it all comes down to. Is submission is crazy. But, man, I could see it happening. I could see someone getting punched to the ground and getting subbed. Because both of these guys are just too... You got to punch them in the face way too many times before the ref decides to stop it. Do we know who the ref's going to be? Do we know who the ref is going to be? We know who the judges are going to be. Yahoo Sports. The referee and judges overseeing UFC 324 main event have been selected. Mark Goddard is going to be the referee. He's making $3,000 to ref that fight. Damn. The judge is scoring the fight if the main event goes to decision. They get paid by how long they sit there, not by per fight? Bro. And there are folks out here really still judging fights that last like seconds. Be sick of the Walter Walker fights, dude. Be like, what? I'm gonna go sit down for him to get a heel hook in 11 seconds. Get paid $7. Anyway, they make $2,600 if the fight goes the distance. $2,600 for 5 rounds. It's like $500 a round. I wonder how it actually breaks down. But important question was Mark Goddard refereeing. Which I don't know if that helps me or not. I want it to help me, but I don't think it helps me. Oh, how will the Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett fight winner be decided? Everyone's saying KO. I got to say KO. I'm saying it gets done in round 1. We're going crazy. And because we're saying that Gaethje or Paddy gets the KO in round 1, which main card fight will end the fastest? Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. So now we've got the Arnold Allen, John Silva fight. What round does this fight end? I don't see any reason it doesn't go the distance. We're taking goes the distance. 47.15% of people have picked it. We looked at these before. That's still what's stuck in my head. So let's go see. Tons of decisions in the UFC for Arnold Allen. Tons of decisions recently. Knee injury, punches and elbows. 1 KO, TKO in the last who knows how many years. Not worried about him getting the finish. And then John Silva, bro. Tons. We're saying that Arnold Allen can survive. Win or lose, we're betting on Arnold Allen to survive. We're taking goes the distance. All right, I think that's all the picks, y'all. That is everything. And then down at the bottom, it wants to know how many total strikes landed in the Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett main event. Well, we went ahead and stuck ourselves in the position of saying that that fight ends in the first round. So we're doing total strikes within the first round. Gaethje versus Pimblett. Let's see what we have that is similar. We got significant strikes. Significant strikes per round would be like 30, 20, 20 and some change. 30, 12, 33, 4, 35, 30 something. Ooh, I mean, it depends how many punches are eaten before it gets done. I'm not sharing this one with you guys. I'm putting my own answer in here. That way, if you copy all of my stuff, I could still win. All right. The best number. It isn't really. The number doesn't mean anything. I just made some shit up. All right, sweet. Well, appreciate you guys hanging out. That was fun. If you haven't already and you are on Bet Online, go get yourself in a contest. It's free now. The only thing is that when you get in, you got to bet $10 in the sportsbook casino and or racebook between 12 a.m. Monday, January 19th and 11:59 p.m. on Saturday the 24th. So as long as you have a fight that is graded on this card for at least $10, you could get in for free. I've already bet. I've got no money left in my bankroll. I have $1 from today because I'm getting my monthly reloads for January. So $1 in there, but otherwise, that's it for me. That's all the stuff. Good luck, y'all. Jump in that contest. If one of y'all cashes big on this, let me know. I'm interested. I'll let you know if I make any money off of it. But otherwise, I'm waiting for one championship and LFA, baby. And trying not to freeze to death when my whole state freezes over because no one knows what to do around here. Anyway, y'all, super good time. Fun time. Have fun. I will not be around Friday for a post weigh-in live stream like I normally would, aka like I was that one time, because it's going to freeze over here and I can't get stuck here. The attic power goes out first. They just cut this shit off. They say, yeah, you guys are, no one cares about you. Cut your power. And so I got to go home or something. I don't know, bro. I'm going somewhere. But anyway, I'm out. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.